Okay, so we are back. It's been a couple of days since I've painted. I'm really not happy with the blue. Yeah, it's just the wrong color. So not completely the wrong color, but anyway, sometimes when I get a bit upset, I don't paint, and I just let it sit. But I've been looking at it, been thinking about it. I think some of the lightness is good. I just don't think this color is very accurate. I'm sort of happy that I did these progressions because looking at the image, this is a bit too dark. This is probably a little bit too light, but it's more this color. So if I can match this color and push it through, I'm feeling fairly confident that I'll be able to like sort of save it and get it going. I also didn't realize that there's like, where is this? 11 and 9, so 9 and 11. So maybe we're going to do it, but there's a bit of a reflection actually happening here and in here, and then sort of on the bases of there. So that will be interesting to do. I've never really painted a reflection before, so that will be fun, I think. Just to get like an easy win, get the confidence back. What I'm going to do, there's a few things I want to do which are just like easy, confidence booster wins. So like I don't want to fix up too much of everything until pretty much I've painted all the white, I think, and then we start doing the refinements. So we'll get the water finished hopefully today, but what I'm going to do now is just get the white of the reflection. So again, I am going to use a bit of this oil. Okay, so like, when I'm thinking about this is like, I sort of look here and I look to see what I like. So I sort of like how this line sort of comes around. I like these sort of highlights there. It creates like a nice feel. So if this is not too wet, so we've just started the highlight there. I think that's important to sort of differentiate that's sort of beaming on this mountain. And we can see how much that white gets picked up, compared to and I think similar to what I've done here, I'm just going to try to push that line out. Yes, no, maybe similar again here. So it is all fairly dry. So now we're really getting some beautiful highlights, which I think is just quite nice. And this is why I sort of wait for it to dry, because otherwise it's going to be too yellow. We're not going to get that beautiful whiteness, which Like, I'm curious if I can like, like this line's a bit too much maybe. We can really see now that that's really popping it. And like, you don't really need much more, I think. So less is more in this situation, for sure. I think maybe some nice, like, beautiful, like, you know, top of the... Make it pop like that. You don't need to like paint the whole sort of section. I think this is sort of fairly white as well. Okay, so that's really giving us a nice feel. I'm just going to keep moving across. Obviously, so it's always the same pattern in that, you know, this bend, this arc, that's where the sun is going, especially these ones where they're sort of at the highest point. And there's nothing really to indicate that there should be some shade. I think, again, the painting gets cut off sort of here, so it's like, how much do I really, like, we're cutting the painting off sort of here, so how much I really need to do is another question, but have a bit of fun. To be honest, I think I probably prefer a peak of white. Yeah, so if we imagine it's getting cut off there, so we don't need to do much more. Personally, I think maybe this could be a bit whiter. Have a bit of fun. Yeah, but it's mainly this. This is where you got to be like very careful with how you use this white, because it's really okay, and we really get a good sense now of that. I think that's good. Easy wins, as I said. So the next easy win, mate, I think I just want a bit more white in here. Sorry for the rain. Again, just a little bit of highlights, but that really pops it out now, which is what I was intending to do. So, you know, like it's nice to you really get like beautiful sunlit. I think here is enough white, like I don't want to do too much more. Just like a little like that. And then now we've got like this balanced thing. I wonder if I can, looking at it, because this again is sort of so it's not doing too much with it, but just like just enough, you know, a little bit of white. All right, now that's stopped. You can probably hear me. All right, so easy wins. Like widen this up. It was looking a bit too patterned, like sort of all the same. I sort of just, you want some similarities, but some irregularity as well. Here I just like touched up some white as well, which I think, it really has quite a cool feel. Put a bit more white here, easy win. Just covered that up a bit. Again, the lines are going to come here, so you're not really going to notice that too much. I think that's the edge of the painting. I can maybe chuck some other stuff in there later on, but that's pretty much what we're going to do. So now the confidence is back. We are going to attempt this water. So I can't quite remember how I did it, but I feel like it's a bit of a combo, like a bit of this dark blue, this light blue, with very small amounts of this blue and a lot of this sky blue. And then I'm unclear the red. I don't know if I should. I still think it's the darker one, but again, small amounts, small doses. So too dark. I wonder what that looks like with some white. Pretty close. Looks probably a bit too light, to be honest. Where have we got? Okay, let me consult my phone. Again, I think it's a bit hard in this light, but it is hard to know what the right colour is. I feel like my phones have different colours. Well, I don't know if that's the right colour. Let's just try it for a little bit. To be honest, I'm unclear. I'm going to find out one way or another. So we do have this light, but then it's sort of this... Yeah, I think that's sort of what I'm looking for, to be honest. Thankfully the paint underneath is still wet. So it's like I'm painting at night. Okay, yeah, I think that is a better colour. I think we can definitely work with it. So then, you know, we're definitely coming in to blue over there. Well, what is all that stuff? I need a lot more of it, to be honest. it's getting darker. It's getting more to that colour that we want. Okay, so if I look at this from afar, take a photo. I've just had a thought. So I think I've been trying to, like, it just looks very blue in the photo. And don't get me wrong, it is blue, but I'm wondering if it's more of a greeny blue and not a reddy blue. And maybe that's what's my issue. And this goes in to the thing where I say all the colours sort of mix into everything. And we don't really have red. Like, there's a little bit of red in this green, but can I add a bit of that green into this blue? Because maybe that's why I'm not getting, it just looks wrong. And maybe looking at it, I think maybe that's my issue. It just looks too pure of a, like it's just ever so slight. So let's just experiment here for a bit. If I can get some of this, like, is any of this yellow still dry? Any of this looks a bit more movable. Now it's just going to be the slightest amount because it's definitely don't want the green tinge. So probably done a bit too much. How's that look? It's very dark, but let's get some. Oh, just put too much yellow in. Oh God. I think I was getting close there. I've just completely ruined it. Might just mix straight on this canvas because I don't have. So it's that different colour. It's definitely, it's not that. Yeah. Wow, such a hard colour. I don't even have a reference. So I don't think green's the right answer. It is this darkish purple. So wow. I think wow, I've never struggled with the colour so much. We've got blues. Okay, so in this situation, I'm just going to start with the lightest blue. So I think it's pretty definitive that there's no red in it. It's just a beautiful sky blue. One can imagine, but something tells me maybe it's not. We've got two dark blues here, which I'm thinking maybe they're a bit different themselves. I think that's our colour. Yeah, how interesting. Okay, so I think it's the blue. Wow. Look at the difference between the two blues. So that's both dark blue, but different. We want that one. So that clears up a lot of things, because I think you sometimes think you're going mad. But yeah, it's definitely that colour, which is actually what we're striving for. And that's the one that makes it weird is the ultramarine blue. But this is, I haven't got as much, but it's called just Old Holland blue. May have to go buy some more. And that's crazy that it's different. So I'm trying to make a lot of this blue. So all I've done is just the sky blue. Yeah, I think it's that. That's for sure. So it's the sky, that sort of colour with the blue. So I'm looking at it now. That's. I think that's my issue. I hate to blame the tools we've been given, but there we go. I suppose I can in this instance. Because it looks so blue, and then, yeah, I don't know, purple's just giving me a weird vibe here. Like, I thought it was purple, but it's definitely, I just don't think it is, to be honest. So I wonder, we've got our oil. Hello? How are you? Is your dad there?
No.
No.
Keep going. I'll see you later.
Okay, let's see how that looks. It's very blue. I just don't know sometimes. So I think it's closer. It does look a bit grainy, to be honest. I'm lost. Alright, so I've just been adding a bit of dark blue into a green. I'm actually undecided if the green exists. There seems to be some hue of green, which would have to make sense because obviously the surroundings are very green, which makes me wonder, like maybe I need to start just cutting it in. By that I mean getting the land, maybe doing the blue is a little bit off-putting when there's not green around it, because I can't quite work out if I've got the right colour. It gets pretty dark in here. Probably one of the downsides of having a bit of a break. Get some oil with that, make it slide a bit easier. Seems like some of the lighter paint is now. I know I said I was going to start with the easy part I know, but here I am. Alright, let's have a look. So I've done a bit of different things everywhere. Sometimes I do this to take a photo and then reassess. Okay. I don't know if it's just my camera. So it still feels very blue, which is just such a strange thing to say when it is blue. But I also think, I think this white is not, I think what's off-putting, so this may be the right colour, but this is the wrong colour. So we need to fix this colour because it needs to be a whiter version of this. So this is like too blue or purple and it's throwing me off. So let's first of all fix that. Start with what we can fix. And I'm pretty confident that this is the colour. So we're very close, probably the closest I've been, which is exciting. Is it the right colour? Don't know. That's still to be determined. So I wonder if we can, is that, and I think this is going to really change it now. because that. Oh, it's close. Still feels a bit too of that dark purple. I've got so much of it. That dark blue, I should say. Established it's not. Okay. I've made an absolute couple litres of this. Has that done anything? Yeah, it's a bit of a, it's sort of, I think we could go lighter and maybe bluer, but it's a colour that's in here. I have a suspicion, so I'm just going to try to go down here, because that's something I can force and sort of massage in this area. Notice that? Okay. So it's getting there. So, I wonder if I can Just add some white. Alright, so it's definitely changed the vibe. Whether that's the vibe I'm after, I think it's darker, which is probably what I'm hoping for. It still feels very, it's a bit odd. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to let it sit for a little, to be honest. It's just I'm just gonna try to texture this a bit. It's a bit weird being one colour. Oh. Nice. I don't know if that really does anything, but alas. Yeah, I think that's... I think that's it. I reckon what's making it hard to know the right colour, although I've gone a lot darker now. Yeah, I feel like I've got to fill in the rest of the white, and this will give me a really good sort of indication of what to do next. Yeah. So I think we'll leave it there for today and continue another day.